Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Patrice, and today we are going to be testing out these shot glass sublimation blanks that I got from Amazon. All right, y'all. So before we open up our box, for anyone that may be new and this is your first time here, make sure that you hit that red subscribe button and turn on our notifications by hitting the bell so that you know whenever we post new content. In addition, head over to Facebook and join our Facebook group. It's Craftable Things. And for my returning loves, hey y'all, welcome back. And so today's video is going to be just one item that I have from Amazon, and the merchant is SFS Blank, and we have ordered from them before. If you saw my latest two glass videos, which is the two mugs, this is the same merchant. All right, and so these are considered the white shot glass sublimation shot glasses. And so we are going to go through the whole process of designing a template and subbing onto the shot glasses. All right, so this is how they look. Very good quality. Inside of the box, I guess they have like the different styles that they have. And so they also have some with a gold rim. And these look like they're taller. And they have the shorter ones with the gold rim. They have ceramic shot glasses. They also have matte shot glasses, and this one's pretty shiny. They have the white shot glass, which that's what we have, and then they have the clear shot glass. So these are all of the shot glasses they have. I found them on Amazon, and and so their recommended time is 420 seconds, but we will be pressing these with our Heat Press Nation 7-in-1 mug press that has an attachment for shot glasses. All right, so let's get to designing. All right, guys, so the first thing you want to do, even before you begin to design your template, you want to make sure you measure your glass. Now, typically, I would measure the entire circumference of the top, the entire circumference of the bottom, and then I would also measure the height. But this particular glass, it's not a full wrap. As you see, there's still, it's like framed, right? So for this one, I really only want to measure the white part. Now, could you do it where you measure the entire circumference of the top and the bottom and still get your template? Yes, you can. You would just have to select the wrap coverage. And once we get into online labels, you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. But for this one, and this is the first time that I've actually ever had a cup that had a specific area like this to be subbed on. But we're going to test it out. We're going to see. And so I am going to measure the top part from beginning and end of the white space and the bottom. And then we are going to head to the computer and input that data, or just the measurements. All right, y'all. So now we're inside of Safari, and I already went to the onlinelabels.com website. And so to access the tapered label generator or the conical label generator, we are going to head to Design and Templates, and then we are going to click onto Business Tools. Once you click onto Business Tools, you will go to Tapered Label Generator. And here is where we will put in all of the dimensions of the label that we need. All right, so for this particular template, you guys saw that I did not measure
the complete circumference of the shot glass. I only measured the part that I am going to be subbing, but you could have measured the entire circumference and the length and just adjusted your wrap coverage. So let's get ready to input the measurements that I used or that I measured. So we're not doing a full wrap, so I did not measure the entire circumference of the cup, but if you were doing a full wrap, you want to make sure you measure the entire circumference. For this one, I only measured the parts that we are going to be subbing. All right, so for the top circumference, I measured a total of 5.625. For the bottom circumference, I measured 4.5, and these are inches. That's why we have the inch highlight. Well, it's not highlighted. Millimeters is highlighted because we're not using it. So the inches is what we are using. And the height of the shot glass is 1.75 inches. And so for wrap coverage, I am going to put 100% wrap coverage. If I would have measured the entire circumference of this particular glass, then I would have to adjust the wrap coverage. But because I did not do that, I am just going to click 100%. And then as you all see in the example, this is curved, right? I don't want to curve my template because it is not curved. Okay, they're straight edges. And so typically for container outline, that's if we are doing like a wrap coverage and we're doing like 80% of it or 60% of it, then it would just give us the full outline of the entire cup. And then on the inside, it will have the area that we need to design in. So now I'm just going to click Generate Template. And this is what our template will look like. And all you have to do next is download this template. When you download it, this is going to download as a PDF file. And now I am going to open it up. And this is what our file looks like. And so next, what I'm going to do to export it so that I can open it up inside of Adobe Illustrator, I am going to export this to an image, and we will be exporting it to a PNG file. Okay, y'all, so this is Adobe Illustrator, and I am using an 8.5 by 11 artboard. And so I want to place that image here. And so I'm going to go to File, Place. All right, so here's our image, and I really can't do what I want to do with it just yet. So I am going to head over to my Properties panel, and I want to do an image trace because I want to remove all of this white area from around my image. And so when you go to image trace, I just did it as a high fidelity trace, and I am going to expand, and I want to ungroup. And so I am just going to delete that white space around it. And now I have my templates. So I just want to make sure that I use the right one because sometimes one may be larger than the other. And if you click onto one of the templates, you'll note the size. This is 5.5. This is 5.4995 in width, and this one is 5.5431 in width. And so I like to just check the sizes, print them out, and test them against the cup. So now I am going to just do a quick design. I am actually just going to fill in the backgrounds of both of these shapes. And to do that, you're going to go to your left panel and you are going to click onto Draw Inside. All right, there's 3 different options here. Looks like circles with squares, but you want to draw inside. So you are going to click Draw Inside. And then I am just going to paste this background that I found on Google. You can get backgrounds that you can use for your commercial projects on Design Bundles or Creative Fabrica. All right, I do not recommend getting images off of Google and selling them or recreating artwork using them. All right, so here we are, and I am also going to do that for the black one. Okay, and so we are done inserting the background. You can also change the color. You don't have to put in your own background or any background. You can change the color to a solid color. You can even do gradient fills. It's up to you. But I wanted to use this because I am going to make a shot glass set. So what I want to do next is I want to remove that stroke or the outline that is in black. So as you see, this template at the bottom does not have a line around it, but the template at the top it does. And so I want to remove that because I don't want that black to print. I don't want that onto the shot glass. So in order to remove it, I am just going to click onto the template and then I am going to remove it that way. All right, so now they pretty much match. Okay, and so next I am going to insert text. We're going to head over to the left panel and we are going to select the text button, and I am just going to type in rule 1, drink responsibly, on one of the shot glasses, and the other shot glass will say rule 2, don't spill. And I just want to make sure that I have it as a good size, and let's see which font. And to find the fonts, all you have to do is click onto the properties panel and you'll be able to select the font, and you'll be able to kind of get a preview as you select the different fonts. All right, and so now I want to create a border for our text or a frame. I really want to create a frame for our text, and so I'm just going to use some squares to get that done. And so you're going to go over to your shape tool and select squares and make the square the size that you want it to be. And right now I'm just adjusting the colors. I also just duplicated it, and I kind of want to give this square or this frame some different effects. So I changed the colors of the fill and the stroke, and so now we're going to go to effects, and we want to kind of jazz this up a little bit, and I'm going to click distort, and we are going to select the pucker and bloat option, and here I'm just adjusting how this effect is going to look. You can increase the different angles, but I think this is how I want it to be, and so we are going to get ready and kind of resize it and shift it around a bit and turn it so that it can be exactly where I want it to be. As we did with the background, I'm going to place this inside of our template so that way nothing's overlapping. When I get ready to print, it will all print within the template. Okay, and so I am just going to duplicate what I'm doing to the first wrap to the second wrap as well. Okay, so for the most part, the design is almost done. I do want to go ahead and align this correctly. And so we are going to go up to Object, and you are going to click Align, and then Horizontal Align Center. And that just shifts everything to make it more centered. All right, and so even though here I want it to go over a little bit, it's probably perfectly centered, but all right, and so next I do want to feather the edges a bit. And so we are going to go to Effects, and then we are then going to go down to Stylize, and then click onto Feather. So you can adjust how much will be feathered. I don't really want that much to be feathered, so I am going to decrease the percentage feathered. Alright, so we have our edges feathered, and the inside, I'm okay with it. It's very simple, but I do want to kind of give it a little bit of pizzazz. So I'm going to select our kind of starburst. That's what I was going for a little bit. And then I'm going to select effect. And then we are going to do an inner glow. Let's see how that looks. All right. And of course you can change it. You can center it. There's different options that you can do and play around with, but we are just going to leave it like that. I think that kind of softens it up a bit. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. I'm starting to like this a little bit more, y'all. All right, and so both are done and they look how I want them to look. And so now we are going to get ready to print. So I'm going to go up to File, click Print, and we are going to be printing this on our Epson EcoTank 2750, and this is Sublimation. So this is a Sublimation printer along with Sublimation ink. Okay, just in case I forgot to mention that before, that is the only way that you will be able to do this. Now, if you have other shot glasses, possibly from the Dollar Tree, there are other methods you could use to get this type of print onto your glass, okay? And so for print settings, we are going to print this on plain paper, bright white. And our print quality is going to be quality. So if you have a different printer, even if it's an Epson, your options may look a little bit different, okay? But you definitely want all of the options, so make sure that you have all of the drivers for your specific printer downloaded. And we want to mirror the image. And then next we are going to click onto color options and advanced settings. It's already onto Adobe RGB, and then we are going to do a 2.2 gamma, and now we are ready to print. All right, y'all, so now we're at the heat press, and I am just wrapping our shot glass with the template that we made. And we are pressing this with our mug press, and right now it is at 375 degrees. We will be pressing this for 135 seconds. The recommended time from Heat Press Nation is 375 degrees, and the recommended press time is between 125 and 150 seconds. The paper that we're using today does not require any butcher paper or cover paper, but you do want to make sure that this is nice and tight, and that is an issue with the tapered tumblers and items like this, is making sure that there's no air in between. And this was that black one. This was the one that I originally wanted to make sure I used, but my cutting skills were a little bit off today. All right, so I have my heat gloves, and we are going to get ready to press our first cup. Now I'm placing the shot glass into the mug press, and you definitely want to make sure you have on heat gloves because you kind of have to get a little bit close to it, but it is all good. I didn't feel anything with those heat gloves on, and our first shot glass is done. But when I pressed it, I noticed that the back of the shot glass did not get any pressure or heat. As you all can see, it looks like there is no color in that area where the ends meet. So I am going to place this back inside of the mug press for about 30 seconds. Now, once you guys see what I did, I placed both of the shot glasses in for 30 seconds, but for the second time. But I think that I probably should have pressed it a little bit longer because that back did not take that well on either of the shot glasses. But we are done, and as you'll see, I used my tongs to kind of help me get into those hot places. All right, so the color, you can see the color through. It's looking pretty good. Let's see how this shot glass looks. All right, so the color took really well on the shot glasses, everything looks pretty good. It's just that back part that I wish I had been able to either leave in longer or apply more pressure somehow. Alright, so now I'm getting ready to press the second mug, and I'm doing everything pretty much the same. I wish I would have kept it in longer for that second press, but let's see what these outcomes will look like and compare the two.
Alright guys, so these are the cups and they actually came out pretty good. They subbed pretty well.
And here's a close-up of the back. This is the only area where we really had like pressing problems, and so I'm just thinking that I did not leave them in long enough. The pressure was fine, as you see, for the other parts of the shot glasses, but yeah, I should have left it in longer.
But if you wanted to place these inside of your convection oven, you definitely can. I would bake these for about 380 degrees for about 12 minutes. And that should be enough time. Of course, I have not tried it yet in the convection oven, but I think I will. Alright y'all, so we are all done with subbing these shot glasses that we ordered from Amazon, and they came out really good. The colors look really well in this white area. You don't have to do an all over. I tend to love doing all over prints, but if you just wanted to put something on the center or in the center, you definitely could do that. You don't have to do the all over. I hope the online label service that I showed you is helpful. I use that for whenever I have tapered tumblers, which I try not to have tapered tumblers anymore, but that is a program, or that is an option for you to be able to use if you have a tapered tumbler, or how we had these tapered shot glasses. All right, so these came from Amazon. I'll have the link listed below. There are other retailers that also sell these exact ones, and they sell different varieties of them, as you all saw at the beginning. But for the most part, I am pleased. I am happy with the way that these came out. Next time I do shot glasses, if there's a next time, I really don't do shot glasses. But the next time, maybe I'll try these out inside of my convection oven, because I think the convection oven might help it have better coverage, especially with it being tapered. I know that the heat press has an attachment for it, but I think maybe in this case, the convection oven might be better. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you are not a subscriber, I would love it if you would stick around by clicking onto that red button below, and also hitting that bell so that you are notified of whenever I post new content. In addition, head over to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and join Craftable things as well. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.